Greetings everyone, Looney Farm Guy here with the new mod test for Monday, August the 1st. And our first mod of the day is the Lizard T25 by Kaztan18 and Hatchback modding. This is for all platforms. Your download size is 28.31 megabytes and slots on console are 16. I am on PS5 here on Fox Farms, and we are testing out this little Lizard T25. Let's see it in the store first under small tractors. And here it is, the Lizard T25, only $12,500, 30 horsepower, 53 liters of fuel. It is actually have a manual or automatic transmission. We'll look at that and talk about that. 14 miles per hour. So it is an old school, old style tractor. I'm looking probably European or Eastern European. Doesn't have a look. I mean, it's doesn't have that North American look to it. However, that's okay. It's still very, kind of a neat looking vintage type tractor. So we have the Lizard brand tires high or Lizard brand tires low. So basically you can see it. There's a high or a low stance to it. Oh, look at the seats going like bouncy. No, so the low actually is $200 more. The high, I'm not sure why. I mean, it is what it is. So there it is. Wheel setup, we have a standard or wide. That's the same in either Lizard low or high. The wide track is $500. Front weight, you start at 40, go to 80, 120, no, or you can have a front attacher. We'll probably, you know what, we're going to buy this one with the front attacher on it to see what that hooks up to. Wheel weights, you have none, 90, 132, or 148 for an extra $400. Front fenders, we have the standard metal ones. You can have no front fenders or a plastic one for $200. Yikes. So we'll leave that on there for now. Back window, this is an interesting. So we have a back window as standard, which is, we'll see it right behind the seat there. You can either have just a metal plate there or just no back window and open or standard. The metal plate in there is like $200. Right. Backward lights, work lights, no or yes. There you go. Mud flaps, we have short, that's just for the back, or long, like so. Covers, that would be this front battery cover actually, yes or no. Attachers, we have the standard attacher or the type 3, type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4. I'm not sure what. So type 1 has your two hitches. It looks like a upper hitch and a lower hitch. Type 2 has an upper hitch. Then you go to type 3. It doesn't have the hitch up top above the PTO shaft. So 3 and 4 do not have that hitch above the PTO shaft. Type 1 and Type 2 have that hitch above the PTO shaft. Interesting. Cabin. We have no cabin, or I have a cabin like so, with a choice of mirrors, Type 1 or Type 2. We'll leave that cabin up there for a minute. Hood and front lights. This is an interesting bit of an option here. Standard, which you can see here. No dummy grill. And lights, Type 2. No grill and lights. No hood whatsoever, which is kind of an interesting look. No hood, no lights. And then back to standards. So we're actually going to, well, for color options, we'll leave it here. Engine, we got the manual or automatic. Automatic is $900. Actually, I would probably recommend the automatic transmission unless, well, we have both, so we'll show you that. Engine color, which is going to be your basically drivetrain, the frame and drivetrain, which is the engine is basically your frame on these tractors. Fenders and hood, we have kind of all sorts of different red. That's a nice bright red. Grill dummy colors, so we can make that, I don't know, gray. Yeah, like so. Wheel weight color, we can make that red. And then rim color, we can go gray if you like. And that's about it. So some interesting color options. No option for the roof though, which is interesting. Let's just buy this one because let's do this right now and get that out of the way before I forget. And then we can go through some of these options. We have the lights, signals. I'm going to sneeze. All right, sneezing is done. Let us just do a quick test on this front attachment. Yes, okay, so hooks up to a pin hitch, which is expected. And not surprising, no ball hitch. All right, so let's turn it around and see where it hooks up on... oops. So that hooks up to the top. So that's the trailer hitch. Yes, okay, so that's where the trailer hitch hooks up to. How about a ball hitch? Yes. Ah, so the ball hitch hooks up at the bottom, which makes it a little bit awkward. And the pin hitch hooks up on that upper hitch. So that's what it's looking like. So let's get our help window on. All right, so how about accessories and so forth and so on? L1, you can open the hood like so. So that's the X button, L1 and X. We're gonna try something else. Open cover is L1 and left. That basically takes off the door. So you could just literally take the door off, or R1 and L1 and left stick, you can open and close the door if you want to keep it on. And that's all the accessories. Now let's, just for a moment, something I've noticed just now. Not that we're going to pull this, but this requires an X to unfold. And let's just hook it up for a moment because the lifting the hood is X. There we go. So, unfold. Okay. That actually works. If we go to here and X opens a hood. Okay, so we do not have a conflict. You just have to make sure you have the cultivator or whatever you're trying to unfold highlighted. So that's good. Very well. That's very nice. So let's get into the field with what we have been testing. And since the what's he doing there now? Oh yes, he's crawling along. Okay, well we'll look at him in a moment. 30 horsepower is not a lot of horsepower for base game implements. However, this is the disc, and this is the manual transmission, and no trouble there. This doesn't require a lot of horsepower to pull around. So, but as for operation and workers operating the vehicle and so forth, no problems whatsoever. And both transmissions work quite well. If we cut over here, this one was equipped with the automatic transmission, and if I hire a worker, he just puts it into drive and away he goes. Now, as you can see, no problem whatsoever. They're not missing any spots. They're not doing anything weird. Now, if you notice the driver, if I'm reversing, this is the automatic transmission, reversing and forward, he's basically just, it's like a car with automatic transmission. You just put it in drive and away you go. If we go back over here, now, notice he's reaching down, the worker, or not even the worker, this is me operating it. So we're stopping. If we go in reverse, yeah, reverse. If we go forward, he reaches down and goes and shifts, and he's constantly reaching down to change. So it's the manual actually kind of, well, it's very realistic in that regard. And if we stop, we see it's like reaching down changes gear. We're in reverse now. So now we're going forward. Oh, he's got to go to forward gear, like so. And so very interesting. Let's just drop this because I have a tractor pulling a seeder up over here that we've seen just briefly, and that's the automatic transmission. Now he's not going very fast, as you can see. It's was it rated at 60 horsepower? So let's stop him for a moment. Well, he's not going very fast because it's a little bit big, obviously, for him, and it's something that's outside his horsepower range. But I wanted to see what the manual transmission would do pulling this. And if you notice, the stopping and then going forward takes a little bit of more time. It doesn't like immediately go forward or back because he has to shift gears. Now let's see how he does. Yeah, not surprising. Still the 3 miles per hour that the other one. So there really isn't any big difference in power. Seems like the manual transmission works pretty good, as opposed to some of them that don't really work very good. So yeah, other than that, it's actually a really nice little. Oh, one other thing, that something because of the oh, let's get the other one. So with the opening of the door using the L1 and left on the D-pad to open or to eliminate the driver's door, I was like, oh, is that going to interfere with opening the cover? Because that's the same button you use to open the cover on cedars and so forth. So let's show you that before we go to so now the cedar is hooked up. We have the cedar highlighted. L1, we still have the open and make the door go away, open and away, but we have now L1 and up on the D-pad will do that. Oh, and one more thing. Let's see here. Yeah, let's hook this up to the trailer and see if it does the same with the trailer, because that's the other thing that when come on, that's the other thing with trailer covers was an issue when you had something on the tractor that open cover. Oh yeah, so that has been thought of and looked after. Well done, Kaz1018 and Hatchback modding. Not all the tractors that have those features have thought about that and have basically made provisions for it so that everything works. So these things have no issues whatsoever. They're a nice small tractor, 30 horsepower. They work well. They operate well. The workers use it well. There's no conflict with implements used with them, although somewhat limited. You'd have to find some modded equipment, low horsepower mod. There is quite a bit out there, so. And there you go. That's your Lizard T25 by Kaztan18 and Hatchback modding. 28.31 megabytes to download and 16 slots on console. I'm Lonely Farm Guy, and remember, it's only a game. So, till next time, bye for now.